Hi guys, welcome to my channel. When you think that being a 1 or a 2 is not enough to practice your German language comprehension, you are wrong. In this series, it is your turn to practice what you have learned so far. We will listen, answer questions, and read together. And at the end, I also have a question for you, and you can even practice your writing skills. So, let's go! Wir hören den Text. Karim und Rubi wohnen beide in Berlin. Karim wohnt seit 5 Wochen hier. Rubi lebt schon 2 Jahre in Deutschland. Heute begleitet sie ihn zur Sprachschule. Guten Morgen, was darf's sein? Einen Moment bitte. Was möchtest du? Ich zahle. Nein, das brauchst du nicht. Doch, ich lade dich ein. Also? Einen Schwarztee nehme ich. Danke. Nur das? Keinen Kuchen oder ein Brötchen? Na gut. Einen Schwarztee, einen Kaffee und eine Zimtschnecke bitte. Kaffee mit Milch und Zucker? Ja, Milch und Zucker. 2 Stück bitte. Den Schwarztee mit Zucker? Karim, mit Zucker? Nein, mit Zitrone bitte. Zitrone haben wir nicht. Zucker oder Süßstoff? Ach so, dann mit Zucker. Gut. Zusammen, ja? Ja. Das macht 37. Bitte, stimmt so. Auf Wiedersehen. Wiedersehen. Der nächste. Die Verkäuferin war aber sehr unfreundlich, oder? Ach, das ist normal. Was erwartest du denn? Sie arbeitet schon seit 5 Uhr. Ja, schon. Danke für den Tee. Wieso hast du mich eingeladen? Heute ist dein erster Tag in der Sprachschule. Der Tag ist besonders. Keine Sorge. Ab morgen zahlst du deinen Tee selbst. Ja, und Zitrone bringe ich auch mit. Haha, ja. Willkommen in Berlin. Wir hören den Text. Beantwortet folgende Fragen. Was bestellt Karim? Was bestellt Rubi? Die Verkäuferin ist sehr freundlich. Richtig oder falsch? Karim und Rubi wohnen beide in Berlin. Karim wohnt seit 5 Wochen hier. Rubi lebt schon 2 Jahre in Deutschland. Heute begleitet sie ihn zur Sprachschule. Guten Morgen, was darf's sein? Einen Moment bitte. Was möchtest du? Ich zahle. Nein, das brauchst du nicht. Doch, ich lade dich ein. Also? Einen Schwarztee nehme ich. Danke. Nur das? Keinen Kuchen oder ein Brötchen? Na gut. Einen Schwarztee, einen Kaffee und eine Zimtschnecke bitte. Kaffee mit Milch und Zucker? Ja, Milch und Zucker. 2 Stück bitte. Den Schwarztee mit Zucker? Karim, mit Zucker? Nein, mit Zitrone bitte. Zitrone haben wir nicht. Zucker oder Süßstoff? Ach so, dann mit Zucker. Gut. Zusammen, ja? Ja. Das macht 37. Bitte, stimmt so. Auf Wiedersehen. Wiedersehen. Der nächste. Die Verkäuferin war aber sehr unfreundlich, oder? Ach, das ist normal. Was erwartest du denn? Sie arbeitet schon seit 5 Uhr. Ja, schon. Danke für den Tee. Wieso hast du mich eingeladen? Heute ist dein erster Tag in der Sprachschule. Der Tag ist besonders. Keine Sorge. Ab morgen zahlst du deinen Tee selbst. Ja, und Zitrone bringe ich auch mit. Haha, ja. Willkommen in Berlin. Wir schauen die Lösungen an. If you have searched before, you might be familiar with the fact that there are not many A1 or A2 exercises online which cover the whole comprehension rank. So this whole concept is designed didactized, written, illustrated, recorded, and edited by one person, which is me. You can support my work in this channel, of course, by watching and sharing, liking, and by subscribing and clicking on the bell notification. Other ways to support me are available, but please do not feel obligated to do that. You being here learning with me is more than enough. More about that you will find in the info box. Thank you for supporting this channel and learning with me. Was bestellt Karim? Karim bestellt einen Schwarztee mit Zucker. Was bestellt Rubi? Rubi bestellt einen Kaffee mit Milch und Zucker und eine Zimtschnecke. Die Verkäuferin ist sehr freundlich. Richtig oder falsch? Falsch. Die Verkäuferin ist nicht sehr freundlich. Wir lesen zusammen. Now we will read together. This is the part where I also speak English and we have our text work. So let's read. Karim und Rubi wohnen beide in Berlin. Karim and Rubi both live in Berlin. Beide means both. Karim wohnt seit 5 Wochen hier. Rubi lebt schon 2 Jahre in Deutschland. Karim lives here for 5 weeks. Rubi lives in Germany for 2 years. Here I have 2 options to say since. The first one is really emphasizing the period, seit 5 Wochen. So we have seit and then we put the time expression. It can be for 2 hours or since 2 hours. In English, it's a little bit different. But just remember, seit means since, and we have to put it in front of the time expression. But we have another option also. We can also say, Rubi lebt schon 2 Jahre in Deutschland. So in fact, if we wanted, we could also say, Rubi lebt schon seit 2 Jahren in Deutschland. And here you see a difference. And it's just my luck that the big difference is here red and red. So I write it with black. The difference is that seit needs dative. It doesn't look like it because 2 years doesn't have an article. But it is dative. If you would say for 1 year, it would be seit einem Jahr. For a year. Seit einem Jahr. And here with the M, you see it's super clear that it is dative. But we don't need it always. I give you both examples. Heute begleitet sie ihn zur Sprachschule. Today she accompanies him to the language school. Jemanden begleiten, to accompany somebody, needs Akkusativ. Guten Morgen, was darf sein? Was darf sein is a typical German expression. You will hear it all the time if you're here. It means, if you translate it word by word, what can it be? And of course, it means, what do you want? So, good morning, what do you want? Einen Moment bitte. 1 moment, please. Here you see einen, and maybe you think, why is it not ein Moment? Der Moment, ein Moment. So why is it einen? Because this is something you can learn by heart if you want. It's not a whole sentence. Of course, Ruby wants to say, wait a moment. So, warten Sie einen Moment would have a subject and the moment would be an object. Again, an accusative. But we don't say the whole thing. We don't say every time, wait a moment. We just say a moment. Therefore, we have the accusative here. Was möchtest du? Ich zahle. What do you want? I pay. Nein, das brauchst du nicht. Brauchen means to need. Du is the subject. You don't have to do that. Das is the object. For emphasize reasons, he said it in the beginning. And with das, we mean the whole activity of paying. Doch, ich lade dich ein. Also, Doch is again an expression you learn in A1, but do you use it? I don't know. It means something like yes, but only if we have a negative statement, at least in this example. There are many other things we can use it for, but he says you don't have to. And she's like, yes, I have. I insist, so to speak. Doch. I invite you. So, also, einladen is an opening verb, by the way, and we have to open it in according to the statement. Jemanden einladen, to invite somebody. Again, Akkusativ hier. Jemanden einladen. Einen Schwarztee nehme ich. Danke. You can think, what's the subject here? Of course, I take a black tea. Thank you. Nur das, keinen Kuchen oder ein Brötchen. Only that, no cake, keinen, kein, and a thing, I say a noun here, means no, in front of a noun. I have no money, no siblings, I want no cake, stuff like that. And again, we have the same concept of having a short question. And now I think you know what she wants to say. You don't want a cake, you want no cake. Du möchtest keinen Kuchen. But of course, she doesn't say it. It's again the short form. So it's only this short accusative statement. Keinen Kuchen oder ein Brötchen or a bread roll. Na gut. Na gut is again typical German. It's when we give up on an argument. It's like, oh, well. And then she speaks to the sales lady. Ein Schwarztee, einen Kaffee und eine Zimtschnecke bitte. A black tea, a coffee and a cinnamon bun, please. Next one. Kaffee mit Milch und Zucker. Coffee with milk and sugar. Ja, Milch und Zucker. 2 Stück bitte. Yes, milk and sugar. 2 pieces, please. Now here, a piece of sugar, depending where you're from, I think it's common, but I don't want to assume that everybody knows what it means. If we say 2 pieces of sugar, normally we mean those little cubes. And for hygiene reasons nowadays, it also comes like in a paper form, you know, and 1 is 1 piece. So 1 unit of sugar, and she wants 2 units of sugar. 2 Stück. She could also say here, 2 Stück Zucker, bitte. So grammatically speaking, you can put the thing you're talking about after the unit. Den Schwarztee mit Zucker, the black tea with sugar, Karim mit Zucker, Karim with sugar. Nein, mit Zitrone bitte. No, with lemon, please. Zitrone haben wir nicht. Zucker oder Süßstoff. We do not have lemon. And here you can see again, the subject is not in the beginning. I hope I don't overwhelm you with the word positions, but I try to give it to you as realistic as possible so you can understand conversations, movies, whatever you want to hear. So, we do not have lemons. Sugar or sweetener, der Süßstoff, the sweetener. Ach so, dann mit Zucker. Ach so is something that we also use quite often. It has many functions. In this case, it's like understanding something, but also maybe a little bit disappointment. Like, oh, okay, I got it, you know. Dann mit Zucker. Dann means then. With sugar, then. So agreeing, but you can feel the mild disappointment. Gut, zusammen, ja? Good. Together, yes. So together is just a short form of zusammen bezahlen. Paying together. The opposite of paying together is, by the way, getrennt zahlen, if you want to say it all, or bezahlen. Paying separately. And she just say zusammen, ja? She doesn't have the time to say everything in this moment. This is also quite often. Ja, bitte. Or ja, you don't have to say always, bitte. But ja, yes. Das macht 7:30. This makes 7:30. Of course, you can also have other options to say the price. You can say, das macht 7,30 €. You can also say, das macht 7,30 €. It depends on how formal and how long you want to say. And another verb instead of macht, which is really common, is kostet. Das kostet. But for really cheap things, you don't say das kostet. You say das macht. This makes 7,30. Bitte, stimmt so. Auf Wiedersehen. Stimmt so is again an expression. It means keep the change. Keep the change. You don't have to do it, especially if it's not table service. If it's in a bakery or something, you don't give a tip. But if she gives like 7.50 and it's only 20 cents and you don't want to take the change, maybe for hygiene reasons, or it's really like small change, like 2 cents or 5 cents, or even more, you can say stimmt so. So there you go. Keep the change. Goodbye. Wiedersehen. She just keeps it short. Bye. Der nächste means next. Die Verkäuferin war aber sehr unfreundlich, oder? This is an easy, quite simple sentence, the structure at least. Unfreundlich means unfriendly, unpolite. War, past tense, from to be. The only thing a little bit challenging is maybe aber. We can leave it out. And this would mean the sales lady was quite or very unfriendly, right? Oder wasn't she? The aber is a little bit for emphasis. It's like waiting for a statement from the other person, but you don't have to say it. Ach, das ist normal. Was erwartest du denn? Sie arbeitet schon seit 5 Uhr. This is normal. What do you expect? Was erwartest du denn? She's working since 5 o'clock. Again here, we have seit, since, and then we have a time. And you see the dative is really not visible here. But for example, if you say, since the lesson, you say seit dem Unterricht. For example, I'll just give you an example. So you see that seit really needs the dative. Okay, so what do you expect? She works since 5 o'clock in the morning. Ja, schon. This is a nice expression if you are agreeing with someone, but you have some hesitation. You're like, yeah, you're right though. No, yeah. Danke für den Tee. Thank you for the tea. Wieso hast du mich eingeladen? Why did you invite me? Here we have our nice perfect tense, hast eingeladen. This is also A1 actually. Why did you invite me? Heute ist dein erster Tag in der Sprachschule. Der Tag ist besonders. Today is your first day in the language school. The day is special. Keine Sorge. Ab morgen zahlst du deinen Tee selbst. No worries. Keine Sorge. From tomorrow, you pay your tea by yourself. Selbst. Ja, und Zitrone bringe ich auch mit. Mitbringen is an opening verb, means to bring something with you. And again, the subject is ich, but it is in the middle. It means, yeah, and I also bring lemons with me. Of course, we could also say, ich bringe auch Zitrone mit. We can change the position, but of course, some position rules stay the same. The mit at the end, for example. Willkommen in Berlin. Welcome in Berlin. So they make fun of the situation, and it's a little bit stereotypical, of course, that the salespeople in Berlin are a little rude or a little not so formal, you know? This is like the joke. This is the script for today. I really hope it helps you. Leave it in the comments below if you have questions. All the grammar I talked about, you can look it up in my A1 grammar course. It is a completed course, 40-something videos, and you will find everything you need to understand the script even better. If you want to talk about something, even if it's not language related, about the context or about the sales lady or your experience, I don't know, anything you want. Of course, if it's in German, it's perfect. If not, don't worry. And if you want to practice your writing, trinkt ihr gerne Tee mit Zitrone? Feel free to comment, to write your answer. The more you write, the better you can use it for practice, of course. If you only say ja or nein, then it doesn't help you much, in my opinion. Thank you so much for watching, for your support. You can follow me on Instagram, and I also have a new Facebook group if you want to join. And I will see you very soon. Bye.